Hello and welcome back to my channel. Mark here. I'm going to go out here and check my hive out. That the swarm come into my yard here and got in one of my empty boxes. We're going to go check it out, and I want you all to come along with me. We're going to see how that hive is building up. But you may all wonder why I've got this package here, and this come from a gentleman out in Oklahoma, I believe is where he's from, and the name of his channel is Driecut Bees or Driecut Bees. I don't really know what the name of it is. I know I watch him, and he's a small channel, but he's just starting out. And here what he did, he does some blacksmithing, and he made this here Hive Tool. And he had a contest when he got 100 subscribers, and I entered that contest and I won that there Hive Tool. But this is a hand forged Hive Tool, and you can see the blade on the front of it right here, and then it's got a hook on it here, but he made that. And I think that's a pretty cool looking piece of equipment that we need for beekeeping, and I really appreciate him sending that to me and for giving me the opportunity to win this. And yes, he's been using this Hive Tool because if you can see right there, there's propolis on it from his hives where he had used that, and there's some on this side right here. But then we've got a hook on it right here and to take the frames up out. But this is a hand forged Hive Tool, and he done a real good job on that. I appreciate him giving me the opportunity to win this. And William, if you're watching this here video, I thank you for that. And I hope that your channel grows, and if y'all haven't watched his channel, go over there and show him some support. The thing that you people need to remember is when we're making these videos, we're not professionals at this. And I had heard something said the other night on here that sort of bothered me a little bit of how these videos needed to be made. And yes, I know people don't watch all of it. If they get into it and they see how it's going to be, they don't go through and watch all of it. But you all need to keep in mind that we're not professionals at doing these videos, and we need to just work with one another and support each other and show each other support. So that's just my 2 cents, and I'm going to get off here and let's go check this hive out. And I'm going to use this Hive Tool when I go to check that hive out. And again, William, I thank you for this, and I really, really do appreciate it. But anyhow, we're going to get into this hive right here, and we'll see what's going on in here. Hopefully everything's okay, but we'll see. I got my peppermints here. I'm going to continue to put them in there until it's proven otherwise that they don't work. But I'm going to continue to use these because that's cheap insurance on my behalf. And yes, I will be treating this hive, and I will be treating it with oxalic acid. So I will continue to use these, and I will treat this hive with oxalic acid. You can see right here that they haven't touched their sugar water, so that's telling me that they've got enough nectar and resources that coming in to take care of this hive right now at this present time. But they haven't touched that. It was a week ago today that I did a hive inspection on this hive, so this has been on there a week, and you can see that they haven't touched it. And I didn't think at the time that they needed sugar water, but I was gonna put that on there anyway for cheap insurance for me. So we'll take this off here. And like I said, I'm going to use this here Hive Tool. It's actually a pretty neat little gadget there. I like the way it fits in my hand, and I'll get a lot of use out of this little Hive Tool. What I like about this hive, and I can sort of tell right offhand that it might be a pretty healthy hive, is if you look right here, see how they're propolising this? This to me is a sign of a healthy hive, because this here propolis is what they use for their antibiotic and stuff. So yeah, you can see how they're propolising that. We're putting some nectar in here. Here. And then some nectar on the bottom right here. Solid frame of nectar. It's like that on both sides. They seem to be storing up a good bit of stuff here. This is a solid frame of brood, cap brood. This hive, to me, looking at it, it's getting about ready to explode. But that's like that on both sides. You can see that right there. Eggs and larvae in this one, and some pollen right up in here. Got a bee right here with some pollen on it. But yeah, I'm seeing eggs and larvae. My old eyes are getting kind of old, and yeah, I've got fresh eggs down in the bottom right here too. Okay, this thing is completely full of cat brood, and then you see the honey ring around the top of it right there. And it's like that on both sides. I do have like a cup right here. I'm going to check that thing and see. I don't see no royal jelly in it or anything, so we're not going to be too concerned about that right now. But anyhow, I'm going to put this hive back together. And I didn't see the queen in here, but I know she's in here. Got all that brood and all that cat brood and stuff. So she's a laying. I found fresh eggs, but I really didn't need to see her. I had proof that she's here, so I'm going to put this back together, and I will put some peppermints on here, and we'll call this hive good for a week. But now I'm going to have to do something here. Maybe next week I can make a split on this, because I think some of that brood's going to be a hatching. And I might do a split on this, because I don't want this thing to swarm on me again. One thing I am going to do here is I will be putting a medium super on top of this hive here, because this is how I run mine. I run a 10 frame deep with a medium super on them, and that's what I will be doing here. One thing I might do here, yeah, this is the one that they haven't started filling this side out. You can see that right there as I'm taking that out. I'm going to turn this around, and maybe they'll start filling that out. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3. Put this frame back in. I'll just leave a little bit on there. Put that right on top there. They can eat that one. But anyhow, this is a hive inspection on this hive for this week. And I don't think I'm going to put the sugar water back on there. I think they're getting enough stuff. So we'll leave it off this week. But anyhow, this concludes the hive inspection for this hive right here. Now y'all can go with me, and we're going to go check some swarm traps, and we'll see if I got any more swarms. have bees checking this box out, there's nothing here. So them bees, they didn't move into this box like I thought they were going to. So not a thing in this one either. I tell you, it really surprises me that I haven't caught any swarms up here off this right-of-way. And I'm down over the other side of the right-of-way here. I'm going to rebait this trap right here. This is the one out behind our hunting camp. There's no bee activity in this one. I've got bees checking this box out as well. I'm going to go ahead and bait this thing and see, but I don't think a swarm's moved in here. I think they're just checking this box out too. And this is June 12th or 13th. But anyhow, right there, this is the first action I've seen at this box all year too, since I put this up here. But here we are at this here cooler hive, and I've got a bunch of bees checking this out. So hopefully there'll be a swarm move in here, but I've had this happen earlier on this year too, and they didn't move in. So we'll see what happens. That's just the way it's been around here this year. But here's a recap of what I did today. We checked a hive down home, and it had brood in it and eggs and larvae, and it's actually doing pretty good. It's building up. So what I'm probably going to do next week when I check it, I will add a medium super to it and let them fill it out. And then I'm going to maybe do a split from that hive. And then I went and checked my swarm traps, and there at the house I didn't have no activity around my swarm traps up there at the house. So I don't know if I will be catching any swarms down there or not, but up here at the farm where I'm at now, I had activity around all my swarm traps, and except one, and that was the one up at the hunting camp. And I didn't have no activity around it. So hopefully this week maybe I will catch a swarm up here if the weather stays nice, and we'll just have to see what happens. But you all have a great evening, and may the good Lord bless you all. I will see y'all on the next one.